night at 9 p.m. Here we keep our foot on the neck of false teachings and challenge Euro-Christian ideologies head-on. We stand on facts over beliefs, insertions and assumptions as we journey together on a path of pure righteousness, guided by true African spirituality or Alkebulan wisdom. Each episode is part of a powerful movement to reclaim our identity, uplift our community, and walk in the power of truth. Tune in nightly at 9 p.m. for transformative insights and hard-hitting discussions as we unmask hidden truths and rise to our fullest potential.
Yeah. What it do, y'all? It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one on our R.O.D Pod. For those that don't know who I am him, Junes, the NBIC. And you know what I represent is all behind me. And yes, gotta give a shout out to you guys for your continuous support, leaving all that feedback, the positive, the negative, all things is respected and needed, because it allows me to do what I do best, and that is to continue keeping my foot on all these religions next. I said religion, that includes Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Hebrewism, Bantuism, and any other isms that's keeping us in spiritual prison. We are breaking it. You heard? So round of applause for that. Yeah, man. I'm here early. You know, I put together a slide for you guys. It's kind of long, kinda, but I definitely gotta bring it out for you guys because, like I said, we're suffering from PTCS, post-traumatic crisis syndrome, a disorder that our brothers and sisters are finding hard to admit that they have. Some know that they have it, but finding hard to receive the proper help needed to overcome this mental illness. And my job as a life coach, as a brother, as a homie, as a comrade, is to help you guys get out of this hypnosis, get out of this, or find a cure, or provide you with the cure for this problem so we can proceed to get what we need. And that is us, our culture, our heritage, and our land back. And that's what we're here to do. Round of applause for that as well. Come on, guys. Shout out to you guys for tuning into the live earlier today. And I see all the feedback. It was very well respected and needed. Well, heartfelt. Like I said, man, I do these things for us. Like, I'm not here to mislead. I'm not here to misguide. I'm here to conquer. And if I stumble and fall along this journey, I open my arms and my life to you guys, where I can admit to you and say, I'm sorry, or I did this, I did that, because I'm not here trying to build up a church. I'm not here trying to build up hope. I'm not here trying to give you a belief story. I'm here to provide the facts, get the facts, so we can stand on facts, and anything outside of that, you tell these heathens, Hebrews, heathenites, and any other person to keep that, and you can take that back, because we don't want that. You feel me? But on a serious note, man, this presentation right here, I've been working on it for like 2 days. I was gonna talk about the aftermath of this election, but I said, you know what, that's really not conducive into what really needs to be going on within our people. A lot of our people is suffering from this PTCS, and I have to address that. That's the need. That's the point of attack right now, is to help brothers and sisters get over this PTCS. So, a lot of you guys know I've been doing a lot of digging when it comes to African spirituality, trying to merge the gap between man and woman, and also trying to merge the gap between the land and the El Kebu land kidnap, which is us, trying to put the pieces together, trying to figure out what is preventing us from elevating to that next level. And I mean, you guys that have been following me for a long period of time, you guys know that I provide you guys with such solutions. But at the same time, brothers better believe on the delusion and the confusion. And today I'm gonna show you, talk about a king, and this king, Obani, King Obani, yes. He was the king of the Igala people. Igala people. Igala people. And this was in, I believe, in the northern side of Nigeria, if I'm not too mistaken. But this is a king that stood up to this colonial power. And this is recent too. And the reason why I wanted to give you guys something recent, because he passed away in 1956. The reason why I wanted to give you guys something recent, because I wanted to let you know that even through this colonial nonsense, our people were still not subject to such Euro-Christian ideology, because colonialism is under the umbrella of Euro-Christian ideology. This is facts. This is not my opinions. This is the facts. So I wanted to give you an understanding of who he is and also what did he believe in. Okay? So a lot of my information came from looking online, and of course a lot of it also come from Chat GPT. Chat GPT, guys, is a very important tool. It is an assistant unto you. It assists you in whatever you're doing. That's what it was created for. I ask you guys to take full advantage of it. Learn it, master it, all right? Educate it, because these things are what's going to structure the society moving forward. And I don't want you to be a needle in the haystack, not knowing how to operate when these things start flourishing and you become tech illiterate, okay? Don't listen to the age and all of that. You have to get in tune with it, all right? But without further ado, King Attah Ada-Ama Obini, okay? Obini, okay? Resistance and Sovereignty in Colonial Africa, a tribute to the divine, the Igala King against British colonialism, presented by no other than me, Junes, the NPIC, okay? Don't start messing up now. Hold on a minute. Okay. Gee, it's doing this nonsense again. It's doing the nonsense again. So, when this... Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's doing the nonsense again. All right. I'm gonna have to submit a work order, because there's no way I'm paying $500 a year and stuff like this is occurring. Absolutely not. Unacceptable, people. Yeah. Unacceptable. So I'm gonna exit this off and I'm gonna put on my share screen, cause these dudes done got me jacked up, you heard? Okay. Let me put on my share screen, guys. Keynote. These people done got me jacked up, guys. Okay. These people got me jacked up, you heard? These people done got me jacked up, you heard? I'm from Brooklyn. We always find a way. And any given day, you heard? Okay. So I'm gonna put it like this so you guys can get a full. Hold on. Hold on. There you go. My apologies, guys. You know how these people operate. They never want Jones to talk his talk. But Jones is always 10 steps ahead. Tell a friend, we ain't here to pretend. Right? So, King Attah Ada-Ama Oboni, King Oboni of the Igala Kingdom is celebrated as a symbol of resistance, sovereignty, and pride for his people in the face of British colonialism. Okay? His story, often recounted as both tragic and inspirational, illuminates the complex dynamics of colonial era Africa, right? Where kings and leaders face profound choices that will shape the identities and futures of their people. The story of Attah now Attah means king or father, okay? The Attah, right? So I want you guys to remember that. Attah means king or father. So Oboni served as a testament to the strength of African rulers who stood firm against the external control at great personal cost. All right? So I'm going to be using my slide. I'm not going to be popping up. It's going to stay like this until I finish. Okay? Early life and rise to power. Attah Oboni was born in 1911. See, I'm trying to give you guys, I'm trying to set the picture for you guys. In 1911, in a village near Ugowala, he was about 3 months old. And apologize me for the butchering. He was about 3 months old when his father, Attah Oboni, the Awaku Odaibai, died, and with the death of his father, he left the place to stay with his mother's relatives at the Adamu village in Atobi district. Right? Obani's mother, Alama Ndidi, was a native of Otobi. She had been married to 3 artists who had ruled in succession. The Amin Obani was her only child. When his elder brother Echo was appointed district head of the Ajobai, he took Prince Amin Obani to stay with him and treated him like his own son. Okay? Just giving you a fundamental of who this man is. From a young age, Obani showed a keen interest in the welfare of his people and deep respect for the Igala culture, history, and spirituality. His early life was shaped by the teachings of his what? Teachings of his ancestors and the responsibilities that came with being a potential heir to the throne. He eventually rose to the position of the Attah Igala at a time when the colonial powers, particularly the British, was tightening their control over African territories. Okay? In 1935, Prince Oboni left Ada for Lukaja and later to Okini, where he eventually found employment under the then British water workers. Okay? He was working for these people. This is a prince, or should I say king, right? While in the Okin, Prince Ahmed Oboni enrolled himself into elementary, primary school. He studied up to the class 2. So he made it up to second grade. Okay, the second grade. Now, listen carefully, people. I want you guys to understand that the reason how these people came into our space and invade and was running the show was when they took away our African culture. Oh, excuse me. They took away our African culture. They was sending numerous mercenaries to come into the land to indoctrinate the people. Okay? They was coming, they was presenting, they was trading, they was offering things that we have never been previous to. And when it seems good, so I want you guys to understand, it's a lot deeper, but just know that they came into our space through tradings, whether it was with their women, whether it was with gold, religion. They was just interacting with us to the point where we got too comfortable. Okay? It says, he enrolled himself into elementary school, primarily where he studied up to the class 2. He was very fluent in the Hayusa language, the official language of the defunct North region. The prince at the time resided at the Uguanaba and the Okin, seeking for knowledge in traditional ways as a safe, free thinker. In 1938, Onu Aku, his uncle, died, and Mr. Gobel, the district officer of Ada, sent for Prince Ahmed Oboni, thus ending the prince's sojourn at Oken. With this unfortunate incident, Prince Ahmed Oboni, a young man of 27, then became the heir apparent to the Ada throne. By 27, he became the ruler. On the 12th of July, Prince Oboni married his first wife called Aluda, who hailed from the Aka section of the district. On May 1st, 1945, Ahmed Oboni was installed as the Attah of the Igala land. So he became the king, the ruler, right, of that land. He came to the throne at the end of the Second World War, and the resilient economic boom affected the Igala Kingdom. He continued the work of his predecessor in mobilizing his district and village heads for the road construction. Although the Attah Aman had only little formal education, he expanded the Igala Native Authority schools. He encouraged them to establish primary schools in his kingdom. Okay? I'm going to show you why I'm talking about him, because a lot of you guys don't know. So we're going to give you some understanding. He also expanded the Igala Native Authority dispensary to all district headquarters. When Ada Ahmed Oboni became the Ada of the Igala, he made some pronouncements that all come to pass. For instance, he commanded that everyone should have money for any business he or she was doing, and that they should start to build modern homes, that mud and zinc roof instead of the common thatched houses, and it began to happen immediately. So this is a man that said, hey, you make it, you should be running a business and generating money. See, before, we used to just give out of love, right? Hey, you need it, here you go, right? We was giving away sheep. Like, our customs and who we were was very sovereign, loving, caring, righteous people. This anger, this bitterness, this hatred that came when the colonizers came and introduced such behavior to us. Okay? I want you guys to pay attention to that. All right? There was a particular sickness. This is another thing he was doing. There was a particular sickness called the jigger or the chagger, right? Which eats up toes and made people unable to work and walk. He commanded that every affected person be healed and that the sickness be out of Igala land. It happened as stated. He had powers. Those in modern day in Western society will call him a warlock. He had powers. And remember what I told you guys earlier in the lives. We had powers. Witches and warlocks is of your custom, of your culture. When you remove the Euro-Christian ideology from you, you will understand what I'm saying. Because what I'm saying is like, did he say we witches and warlocks? The Bible said that those are evil. The Bible is evil in itself. In fact, the Bible promotes warlocks and witches and potion tellers. If you think of them lying, where did the three wise men come from? These are people that was well knowledgeable in astrology. Astrology is not something supposed to be followed, but yeah, here we are following it. Okay? There was an animal, wolf. Okay? I just want you guys to pay attention to the contradictions. They demonize what you do, but they do the same thing. They put it in the book and they repackage it in a different way so you can demonize your power, your magic, and etc., and accept magic coming from a mystical, magical person. Jesus is the greatest magician ever to live, the greatest. And the book is the biggest trick ever given, the biggest trick, mystical story ever given to anybody, but mainly the black and brown, because this book was used to enslave and justify the enslavement. This is facts. Right? It says, there was an animal, wolf, Otinia, which used to come home and carry children, including sleeping adults, sometimes from the room which was made of grass walls. He cursed the animal, never to come to Igala land again. And that was the last time a wolf was seen in the Igala land. We had powers. I'm going to show you how this man had these powers. It says, there was a time that Oboni was invited for a meeting at the Nukasa, the Nsuka, and on the reaching Igabaga, the Egbada River, where they were to cross from the Odula. He was told that the ferry that would take his car across the river was gone. He asked his driver to drive on top of the water with his eyes closed for them not to be late for the meeting, and they crossed as stated. This is a powerful man. Okay? For instance, if someone misbehaved, I'm going to give you more of his powers. For instance, if someone misbehaved, he had the power to say what would happen. Hold on. What would happen to such a person for either disrespecting him as the Attah or flaunting the laws of the land, right? What he said always came to pass, so people knew that he had such powers. He was a quite powerful and was a real African traditional ruler. He was quite powerful and was a real African traditional ruler. He was quite powerful and was a real African traditional ruler. Now, again, people, pardon me for the butchering of the names. I am not previous to these names. I butcher American names and languages and sayings and wordings. That's just me. So my apologies. You guys, if I believe it on the screen so you guys can read it for yourself. I'm gonna say it how it sounds to me. Okay? Cool. It says he was powerful because he would say things and such things would happen immediately. Oboni ruled for 10 years, and these were explosive, unforgettable years in the history of the Igala nation. People say he ruled like the Abaya O Idoko, a powerful Ata Igala of long ago. So this was another king of long ago, and they seen him, Oboni, and they see this powerful. I can't say the name, and Oboni. Okay. It says in particular meetings. And a particular meeting held in the Kaduna, which consists of all paramount traditional rulers in Nigeria, and in which he had the Queen of England in attendance. The Ada-Ama was forced to remove his cap to greet the Queen of England, as others had done, though he refused until they said he should leave the meeting if he would not remove his cap. But Ada was not like others, or was he? Anyways, as it was a taboo for Ada to remove his cap in the public. The entire hall was where they were staying was occupied by beads from the cap of Ada Oboni, which he removed in order to greet the Queen. The Queen of England, as well as other rulers in the meeting, railed heckler seckler, except the friendly Oba of Benin. So Oba of Benin was another ruler who was close with Oboni, who was asked by Ada-Ama to go out before he removed his cap. The hall became empty as some was stung by the bees, and the meeting came to an end. Okay? This was the man that the queen requested him to take off his hat. See, this is more of a subtle approach. The real deal was the queen came, and she came in a way like all these people should be submissive. Now, a lot of our people were submissive because she comes from that King James lineage. She comes from that Cecil Rose. She came from those people who sabotage and destroy those people in the land. So a lot of people was literally operating in fear. But he, on the other hand, didn't want to do that. He could care less. He could care less. He didn't shake her hand. These brothers was bowing down and kissing her finger. He wasn't doing none of that. So he wasn't doing that. He had a hat on his head. They find it very disrespectful for you to have a hat on your head. So I encourage brothers and sisters to keep a hat on your head. I don't care where you at, whatever building. Even if you go to court, they ask you to remove your hat. It's a form of showing respect to them. We don't respect them. If they don't respect us, we don't respect them. You just kindly said it's part of your religion. When they ask you what's your religion, you name up something. You give them something African, they have to respect that, because they don't make the Arabs nor the Jewish people take the stuff off their heads. And if they ain't got to take it off, you ain't got to take it off, because ain't nobody better than us. You understand? I'm just telling you how it got to be. Let us continue. It says, this incident in the meeting made many traditional rulers, which were mostly northerners, that's up top, that's Euro-Christian, that's your Spaniards, that's your Belgium, that's them, right? To be angry, especially making kings run in such a manner because of bees. This became one of the important sins. You see, now they're tying it with religion. I'm trying to tell you. They're telling this is something that we did, and now they're tying it with religion. And it was like one sin too many. Oh no. And like I said, the story goes deep. When you read and you go look into that, it goes deep. Right? The Queen of England was also not happy, and the Queen and the northern leaders started looking for ways to remove the brother from the throne, since he was getting tougher and uncontrollable like others, as well as searching for an obedient replacement. So this is what they do. So every person that you see in these lands right now was appointed by colonizers. It's changing now because brothers and sisters are waking up. The spirit of the ancestors is dwelling in the people. The chantings, the callings, the rituals, the calling of these war gods are making its way. They are making this way. You guys better get ready, because it's going to go down. Ain't gonna be no goddamn Exodus. Please. Nothing that's happened in the Biblos will associate with us. There's not gonna be no kingdom coming down. There's not gonna be no judgment coming down. All of these things was interjected in the Council of Nicaea. Okay? How do we control the masses of people? You must give them a story that they should look forward to, have hope for, and also be afraid of, all in the same token. One coin, two different sides. One coin, two different sides. Okay? So they wanted to replace my brother. Okay? It says, by the time King Oboni ascended the throne, Nigeria was under British colonial rule, with the British seeking to consolidate their powers through direct and indirect controls of the indigenous African state. The British often used treaties and agreements to assert authority over local leaders. Remember I told you earlier, this is how they was able to get into our space, right? Frequently undermining indigenous governance structures. Colonial authorities view the Igala Kingdom as a valuable region due to its strategic locations and resources, which they wanted to bring fully under British administrative control. Okay? Treaties and agreements, okay? And assert authority over local leaders. When you hear treaties and agreement, it's like, look, listen, I'm not gonna destroy your community. So let's have an agreement, so I don't have to bring my men with cannons, poison your water. Oh, this attack goes deep. Poison your water and violate you. Take this treaty. You see what we did with Cecil Rhodes. Remember, this is in the 1930s, 1940s, 1948. This is around that time. You understand? This is around that time. And by that time, Africa has already been colonized. In fact, the apartheid came right after. Okay? They know exactly what they was doing. They took full advantage of us, because by that time, by 1948, we have been completely submissive to their ideology. This is facts. This is not my opinions. Completely submissive. This is why in 2024, Africa is still the leading nation of newly converted people into Christianity. 2024. I can't make this stuff up. It says, Oboni, like many African rulers, faced significant pressures from the British. They demand that he sign a treaty that will effectively place the Igala Kingdom under British rule. For the British, this was a pragmatic step to streamline their rule and integrate the Igala Kingdom, right, into the colonial economic and political system. However, for Oboni, such an agreement would mean sacrificing the independence and the what? And the cultural integrity of his people, undermining centuries of the Igala sovereignty. Okay? The defiance and the conflict. Obani's response to the British demands was a result. He refused to submit. His stance was grounded in his loyalty to the Igala people and their ancestral heritage. He was loyal to the Igala people and their what? Ancestral heritage. And their what? Their ancestral heritage. And their what? Their ancestral heritage. He viewed British rule as a what? A violation of the Igala sovereignty, and he firmly believed it was his duty to protect the kingdom from foreign control, regardless of their personal risks it involved, which means war. Okay? As a result of his defiance, relations between the Igala Kingdom and the British administration grew increasingly intense. The British were accustomed to using both negotiation and coherence to achieve their aims, but Attah Oboni's refusal to compromise challenged their expectations. They saw him as a what? A rebellious leader. As a what? As a rebellious leader who could not be easily swayed by intimidation or diplomacy. Okay? His insistence on retaining Igala autonomy made him a direct threat to British plans in the region. So here's a man that's standing on his ancestral heritage, etc., and it was considered a threat to British, Greek, Jewish, all these nations. It's considered a threat to their powers. I wonder why. You guys thinking that out. It says, faced with the escalation pressure from the British and the potential consequences of his defiance, Oboni was in a difficult position. So according to the Igala oral traditions and historical accounts, the British made it clear that failure to submit would result in the loss of his throne. This is British people telling the king of his land that if he does not comply, he will lose his throne. I cannot make this stuff up. And possibly his life. In the end, rather than surrendering his kingdom's independence and betray the trust of his people, Attah Oboni made the ultimate sacrifice. Now, this sacrifice, I really don't understand. I don't. But let me read it and I'm going to talk to you. The king chose to end his own life in 1956 rather than live under British subjugation. This act of self-sacrifice was not merely a personal decision, but a profound statement of resistance. It's in the Igala culture and in the wider African context, Oboni's death was seen as an honorable refusal to compromise his people's freedom and integrity. By choosing death over submission, he left a powerful legacy. Oh, I'm not even reading it to you guys. I'm sorry. You guys can read it on your time, right here on the screen. By choosing death over submission, he left a powerful legacy that resonates deeply amongst the Igala and other African communities, symbolizing an unbreakable spirit of independence. Oh, can't get any more powerful than that. You see, when you don't have this Euro-Christian ideology, you would rather die than submit yourself to such foolishness. Now, me personally, and I can only speak for myself, we would have just went to war. That's just me personally. I think I would have put more trust into the deities. I would have put more trust into the people. I would have reached out to other Africans. I mean, that's primarily what I would have done. So I really didn't understand the cause of why he would take his life, and I get it. It shows a sign of courage. I get that. But it would be even more sign of encouragement, meaning if you went out fighting, guns blazing, not allowing, another nation to literally cause you to take your life. Unless you was the king of a bunch of, elderly people. Outside of that, I don't know, right? But I didn't agree with that. I thought that was a lame move, and this is a fellow ancestor, it's a fellow comrade. But for me personally, I think that was just a lame move. I thought that was just like a easy way out. You chicken out. Me, I don't know. I guess. You feel me? I guess. I'm gonna just leave it as that. It says, Obani's resistance had a lasting impact on the Igala people and the Nigerian history. His legacy became a rallying point for those who sought to retain African identity and resist colonial domination. Following his death, the Igala society continued to honor him as a hero and a martyr, a leader who valued his people's autonomy over his own life. His story inspired generations of the Igala and the other Nigerians who fought for independence, and it contributed to the border anti-colonial statement that eventually led to Nigeria's independence in 1960. Today, King Attah Oboni is remembered as a symbol of courage and pride, a leader who made the ultimate sacrifice to uphold the dignity and sovereignty of his people. Now, I understand it, like I said, I get it. But for me personally, I would never let that happen. We going out guns blazing. Now, what did the king believe in? Let's go. Are you ready? Are you guys ready? Hit the like button. Share this with your friends and your family. Hit the like button. King Obani's belief. King Oboni followed the traditional righteous belief of the Igala people, which was what? Rooted in indigenous African spirituality. Before the spread of Islam and Christianity in the region, the Igala practiced a belief system that centered around ancestral worship, reverence for nature, and the worship of a supreme deity. Okay? Now you guys know what I said in the live earlier today. Okay? Everything that I'm telling you, these are the facts. This is not my insertion. This is not my belief. This is the facts. You can go into the land today and you will see them still doing such things. Okay? This religion emphasized a deep connection. Listen carefully, people. This religion emphasized a deep connection to the land, ancestors, and the spirit / powers that were believed to guide and protect the community. Why isn't your community under protection? You're going to ask. You know why. In the Igala traditional religion, the supreme deity known as Ojo Agabawu, who was believed to be the creator, keyword, who was believed to be the creator and the overseer of the world. Alongside this primary deity, the Igala people worship a variety of lesser gods and spirits associated with natural elements such as the river, the mountain, and the trees. Every single one of these things have deities, powers, that when you tap in, they will answer you. You need it to rain, you need trees to grow, you need all these things to occur. If you are tapped in, you can connect. This is facts. Okay? These spirits were seen as the intermediaries between human and the divine and were often consulted for guidance, protecting, and we know we're not going to say blessings. All right? We know we're not going to say blessings. You substitute that word. Okay? Now let me move this over here. It says, as the Attah Igala, Oboni was not only a political leader, but also a spiritual figure responsible for the maintaining the balance between the spiritual and the physical realm. He likely performed rituals, offered sacrifices, and upheld customs that honored both the supreme deity and the ancestral spirits, ensuring the welfare and the protection of his people. His adherence to these traditional beliefs likely played a role in his resistance to the British colonial pressures. This is why they had to remove your so-called beliefs away from you, because if you don't have that within you, you don't connect to your ancestors, you don't connect to the creators according to the creators, and you doing the rituals and stuff according to the creators and sacrifice, you are weak. And these people knew that. This is why King James, you see the British people, King James gave you black people a King Bible, a KJV, a book about Baal, by Baal. You read that. And you stay under our control. This is not me saying this. You can look all this up. Look it up. Let us continue. I know. It says, in the traditional religion of the Igala people, the supreme deity known as Ojo Agabawu, also sometimes referred to Ojo or the Ojachi, this deity is regarded as the creator of the universe and the ultimate source of life, power, and justice. Ojo is believed to be a powerful, all-seeing God who oversees the world and mountains, cosmic order, embodying the highest principle of morality, justice, and wisdom. Okay? Now, I know you guys are going to say, wait, hold on. But you said that it was a divine order, it's man and woman. Don't worry. We're going to get there. Don't worry. You know I don't talk it if I can't walk it, pimp it. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Brooklyn. You're let us go. It says Ojo is often seen as a distant but powerful force. Worship, listen carefully, people. Worship through rituals and respect as the supreme authority in the Igala cosmology. The Igala people believe that while Ojo created the world and is responsible for its order, the deity does not directly interfere in day-to-day affairs with individuals. Instead, various lesser gods, spirits, and ancestral beings act as the intermediaries. So they're the ones you have to be able to connect to your ancestors. You have to be able to connect to such deities. Religion tells you that you're not supposed to do so. Now, the question that I ask yourself, where have you gotten since you believe the ideologies of this Euro-Christian? You know where it gotten you? It got you sitting at your desk, sitting here saying, Kumbaya, my Lord, and all the other foolish quotes that brothers and sisters are saying, and you're saying that somebody is coming to redeem you. The weapon of ours is not carnal. You are absolutely right. But the choices that you are using to receive such power has absolutely nothing to do with you nor me. This is facts. This is not a belief. This is not an insertion. This is not an assumption. Okay? An ancestral being as the intermediaries between Oja and humanity, each governing specific aspects of life, such as fertility, harvest, health, and protection. You see, ever since we stopped doing this, we no longer have protection. Ever since we stopped doing this, we no longer have protection. Our people in Africa don't have protection because they are under the hypnosis of the what? Euro-Christian ideology. But we breaking free. Let us continue. So it's getting good. It says, to honor Ojo, the Igala people traditionally conduct ceremonies, often sacrifices, and perform rituals. This worship is part of a broader cultural framework that emphasizes, listen carefully, that emphasizes respect for ancestors, harmony with nature, and the adherence to moral principles, all seen as part of the upholding the balance that Ojo established in the world. You see, ever since we not doing this, you see the world has no longer have any balance. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. We're gonna continue. Let's go. Let's go. Do you smell what Jules is cooking? Let's go. It doesn't stop there. Okay? So now this is me asking ChatGPT questions. So I asked, what is the female deity that is associated with Ojo? It says, yes, in the traditional Igala belief system, Ojo is often seen as a part of a complementary duality that includes a female counterpart, reflecting a balanced cosmetic order. Many, listen carefully, people, as I break it down to you. It says many African spiritual systems incorporate male and female principles within their supreme deities. So when you hear me say Sunini is masculine and not Nini is feminine, I don't want to hear, oh, it means just the father. Sit your ass down, go somewhere, go play in the sandbox, and leave this warfare and leave these battlegrounds for the warriors. Okay? And if anybody chooses to still follow such ideologies, turn off your TV. Matter of fact, continue doing what you're doing, but just stay over there with it. Stay in your four-corner room, go to work, come home, say your kumbaya, and wait for an exodus to occur. Okay? And let the warriors like myself, let the sisters like the Bantu princess and Black Girl Magic and all the other, these are my moderators because I always throw them out because they my moderators. And all my brothers that's in the background doing what they doing, talking that talk, moving that walk. You heard? Stay over there. Let us do what we got to do over here. Because what we doing over here is rising. The rising that's not going to be televising. You heard? You keep that Jesus story, you keep the biblical, that Biblo story, you keep that over there. Stay in your four corner walls. Go do your little feast days and sing Kumbaya and sing the song, the book of Psalms that has absolutely no African rhythm or feeling or touch or sound or writing. You keep that over there. Okay? I know. Okay? It says many African spiritual systems incorporate male and female principles within their supreme deities, symbolizing the harmony and the interdependence of masculine and feminine energy. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let June put some pimping in it. And the Igala spirituality, while Ojo is representing the masculine principle of creation, his female counterpart embodies fertility, nurturing, and the life-giving aspect of nature. Okay? Though she may not be, listen, it says, though she may not be widely documented by name in available historical texts. I wonder why. This female aspect is believed to complement Ojo and play a key role in creation and the substance of life. Now, I wonder why these historical heathens don't want you to know about her. You see, to rule, you have to keep things out of order, right? Because out of order, you then can implement order. And when people see some level of order, as long as it feels good, they're going to be in complete compliance. This is where you get the father story from. You guys don't understand how these people was able to manipulate you and remove you from your heritage, your culture. You could try to bring Christianity into your heritage and your culture. You're going to fall by the wayside. You can try. I'm watching, listen, I'm sitting back and I'm watching these people teach this madness. And every day, the numbers is dip, 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 dip. People are now sitting there like, wait, hold on. This don't make sense. People is doing that. People are also saying, yo, Jules, I've been feeling like this too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I said, yeah. I said, good. I'm happy that you held your peace, because if I wasn't ready to receive this knowledge that the creators and the ancestors have played upon me, I would have seen you as a rebellious person, because that's what religion do. Excuse me. That's what the Euro-Christian ideology do. When somebody comes with information that goes against what you stand on, you automatically put them in this heathen demon. He's lost and out of wax box. Are we really lost and out of wax? Or is that the ancestors within his bloodline fighting, trying to get us to come out like, yo, we don't want to throw these hands. We want to go like this. We want to say hallelujah. We don't want to be warriors. We want to be entertained. We want to be on the internet every day showing all the information. We want to prove that the Biblos is true. We working hard to prove that the Biblos is true. We want to associate an African power, source, energy, and we want to associate with European texts. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. But my bad, they took it from our scrolls, a scroll that you never seen, I never seen, never understood it. And at this point in day and time, in this age, you don't even need it. Because all of it is completely BS. Completely bogus. All lies. Lie after lie. Just what it is. I'm going to make a song called Lie After Lie. Don't worry. We working. Right? Let's continue. It says this. It says the presence of this female counterparts aligns with the border of African in cosmology, where balance between male and female deities or principalities is essential to maintaining harmony in the universe. You know why there's no harmony in the universe? Because you have been told that this whole thing was created by a male man, two men, right? Because some religious organizations say all things was made by him and for him. Others is gonna say in the beginning God made everything. And some may say that the Jesus made it all because the heavens, the earth is the devil, is I'm about to say the devil, which it is the devil. It's his footstool. And if he was to get up from his throne, the earth may crumble and fall. So he gave the keys. He gave the foundation of the blueprint of the creation of the universe to Jesus. And you guys believe such story. And you guys believe such story. And you wondering why we are in these circumstances. You wondering why there's no balance. You wondering why girls want to be boys, boys want to be girls. You wondering why. You wondering why men is not loving to their wives. Why? Religion doesn't teach men to love their wives. Religion doesn't teach men to love their wives. Religion teaches men to do whatever they want. In fact, religion tells wives to shut up, open your legs, and bear children. That's all you're supposed to do. And go clean up after you're done. Or you on your period, cool. You gotta go sleep in a hut for 7 days. Away from your family. Or you got a child, don't worry, you don't have to take care of him because you drip it. This is what they tell you. This is what the Biblos tell you. This is a commandment. You can read that in the book of Leviticus. You're unclean. You're unclean, woman. Get away from me, you dirty summer mama. But you created her. Why would you make her bleed? If you know that it's unclean, then why would you give her such things to do? If it's unclean, then why would you allow her to produce? Make that make sense? Because this is what goes on in their rituals. Demonizing you, black woman. Make me question. Right? Huh? Because they don't want harmony on the universe. They need chaos. They need confusion. They need delusion. They need deception. They need Jesus. They need the Biblos. And they need a whole bunch of heathens, Hebrews, and heathenites to promote and advertise such ideology. And have the rebuttals in place when people go against it. You think I don't know that they tell you, yo, man, your brother Julia's off, man. I don't know what's up with this brother, man. You just gotta let him do his own thing. Let him do his own thing. And we're going to do our own thing because we're going to worship Sunini. We're going to worship the Father because that's who he is. He is the Father. Sunini Nanini. It's the Father, guys. It's the Father. Yeah. I know. Right? It says this belief highlights the importance. Listen carefully what I'm about to tell you. It says this belief highlights the importance of both male and female energies in the Igala worldview, as each is seen as an essential for the continuing and health of the community and the natural world. Together, these principles underpin the Igala approach to spirituality, life, and governance. So if we don't have both of them in our presence, in our knowledge, in our beliefs, in our facts, in our tradition, in our culture, if you don't apply Mama Love, you is a dub. You is a dove from up above. You like a $2 bud. Nobody gonna wanna smoke your ass. They gonna toast your ass like a cheap lollipop without no ass. You hear me? You hear me? Huh? This is not me. Go do your homework. Go do your studies. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Junes. Listen, let's read this. Let's read this. We almost finished, people. It says this specific name, because I asked, what is her name? It says the specific name of the female counterpart to Ojo in the Igala spirituality is not well documented in widely available sources. Traditionally, the Igala religion, like many other, listen carefully, many other African belief systems, is often passed down orally. Passed down orally, which can result in less written documentations of specific deity names, especially the female ones. Why the female ones is not spoken of? You see, because they had to pitch this father doctrine to the people, mainly the children. So the children grow up not knowing who Mama Love is. All intentional. All intentional. You hear me? Get mad. Prove me wrong. Please. Go give me another father story. And then please, when they give you this father story, provide me the source. I guarantee you. Hope to die across my heart. I guarantee you that the sources that they're going to get this information from is going to be a Euro-Christian. Promise you. I promise you. And when you see that, this what lets me know that our people are still suffering from PTCS. Right? It says, however, female deities or spiritual forces associated with fertility, the earth, and the nurturing are common across African cosmology, and it's likely that the Igala people venerate a feminine aspect within their spiritual practices. The rise won't be televised. Wake up, people. The AKA the El Kebulan kidnapped. Hold Donna. Round of applause. Yeah. See, when I try to tell you guys that it was in our customs and our culture to worship our ancestors, to worship the creators, to embrace Mother Nature, to love everything that the creators made. When I tell you, you're supposed to do that. You guys take it upon yourself to justify or to rebuttal what I'm saying of religious documents given unto you by the enemy. You go against what your fellow comrade, a person that's in the trenches with you, you go against what I'm telling you to uphold Euro-Christian ideology. And you listen to these niggers, that's what you gotta call them, these niggers, talk about this Hebrew stuff, but nobody could speak Hebrew. Talk about the Bantu stuff, but nobody can connect the Bantu. Nobody can connect the Bantu, the story that's in the Biblos to anything Bantu. When you speak to the people that has not been indoctrinated by religion, they don't know what that is. They know of Sunini Nanini. They know of Ulamari, but they don't associate it with the story in the Biblos. These people that's associated with the story in the Biblos are those that was grown up in the church. Those spent their entire life in the church. No. The Creator is definitely not dwelling with you. Sorry. Whoever, Cersei, whatever's inside of the Cerseis was dwelling with you guys. It is absolutely not the Creators. Creators never never went inside of a church. We had shrines. We had murals. We had literal rituals. We did things outside. We never had to go inside of a facility. Never. When you see the practices, when you see them people dancing, it's outside. You never see these things going on inside. This inside worship, the Cersei, the circus, the temple, these is all them. They had to do that because they couldn't withstand the sun. Wake your ass up, people. They could not withstand the sun. They didn't like the bugs. They was getting bitten. They didn't like this. We, on the other hand, we were so connected with the universe. So connected with the universe that anything that we did, nothing happened. Nothing. This is facts, people. They had to slow everything down. They had to change the way that you talk. When you speak, anybody that goes into these religious organizations, I don't care what it is, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, Hebrewism, even this Bantuism, you should hear that people say, yes, my brother. Oh, man, yes. Oh, please, 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 elder. Please, pastor. Please, deacon. Lord, have mercy on us. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah. It's literally a hypnosis. It's literally a mental condition that our people still don't realize that they're suffering. When deep down, we dancing, we moving, we shaking and baking, never waiting. We never closed our hands. All of this, that's never was us. We was in complete movement. Doing things, sacrificing, singing these chants. We don't know a single chant. We singing the book of Psalms. African people don't know nothing about this. There's mercenaries till this day in the land trying to convert brothers and sisters to such ideology. Till this day. Whether it's on the internet or brothers is purposely going there. You got people like Ron Dalton. You got the IUICs going out there. You got everybody going. It's like, yo, we have to capitalize off these Africans. And let brothers bring the Bible and say, look, my brother. Look. I know. I was teaching it. Look, my brother. Look, it's right here. Mambri is right here. You know what year Mambri was created? I got it in my book somewhere. You can look this up. Let me see if I can look it up. Let me see if I can look it up. Hold on. I'm going to show it to you. I'll show you. Look, in 1808, it says the city of Mambri in South Africa, located in the Western Cape near Cape Town, was established in 1808 as a mission station. Originally founded by the Moravian missionaries, it aimed to serve as a religious and cultural center for the indigenous Colonial community and other local populations. The settlement played a significant role in early missionary activities and colonial history of the region, influencing the development and culture surrounding surrounding areas. 1808. 1808. You have to stop with the madness. 1808. Just type in your computer. Just type in your computer. What if you got ChatGPT? If you got Google? If you got anything, just type in what year was the city of Mambri in South America, in South Africa, was established. What year? It's gonna tell you. In 1808. So now you're gonna tell me in 1808 to fast forward to 2024, how much people is gonna believe that this story is that this Biblos is about us? Millions. Huh? 1808. Look it up. See, this is the homework that I'm doing. Look it up. How do we pitch this story to these people and have them under our servitude and stop them from being rebellious? Because if I see the story, if I see a land that I was told that this is ours in the book, I'm going to take the book as mine. And as I read deeper into the book is going to tell me to be submissive, sit back and relax, that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Follow not the ways of the heathens. Be not dismayed into the signs. You're told, do not be dismayed to the sign, because that's the sign. That's what the Gentiles do. But the three wise men was dismayed to the image of the skies. That's how they found Jesus too. I mean, listen, I'm going to leave it as that, people. I'll be back tomorrow with something else. I just wanted to show you guys this so, we put an end to the foolishness. We're going to deconstruct from these religions by any means necessary. And I'm going to continue keeping my foot on necks. And for those that want to check, come check. If you don't want to and want to be a reject, then be a reject. Just stay over there with it. Don't comment. Don't give the foolish ideologies. Don't give me the Euro-Christian nonsense. Just stay over there with it. Stay. Let me see. Let me know when your exodus is going to happen. Let me know. I'll wait for it. Because I'm going to be redeemed before you do. This is a fact. This is not me saying this. But Jesus got you, though. Jesus, Yahweh, Yahushua, Messendency, they got you. But me, I'm going to put my trust in my ancestors. I'm going to put my trust in the creators. I'm going to put my trust in the people and learn the oral traditions, the customs. I'm going to put my trust in them. I'm going to dance with them. I'm going to sip some wine with them. I'm going to educate and relearn my culture with them. I don't need no European ideology or philosophy to tell me who is me. I am the El Kebulan kidnapped, and we will be found by any means necessary. If it's your first time, I hope it's not your last time. If it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, that means I'm still on your mind. That means you got to stay on that grind, because you know it's about that time. Time for what? Time for you to go get yours. Because I'm out to get mine. It's your brother, man. You understand? And I'm a holler.